Okay, let's line up, bow in, and begin. Right here, team, ready, feet together, and let's bow. We'll do a couple of stretches, and then I want to go into some drills. And what I plan today, I want to show some drills you can do for your throw and takedown game, and then I want to move over to a station with the bands because I know some of you might have some bands that you can work with at home, or they're very inexpensive. So if you just get some, you can hook them up, and then there are quite a few drills that you can do. And I'll just show a couple. And then Sam's a judo black belt. He's on the call, so I'm going to have him maybe chime in a little bit too. And so it's going to be a great class. And then I have a really cool video planned to watch today as well. All right. So let's start with this drill. I've been enjoying this one a lot. Let me adjust this camera real quick. And this one is just squatting and then coming up, grabbing your knee, finding your balance, and then other side. Begin. Good. Now we'll grab the heel. Now we'll do a push kick. Now airplane. Good. We'll do a little around the world daily Hiva style defense with a lunge series. Forward, side, back, and then across. So we go forward, float to the leg, side, float to the leg, back, float, and then twist right here, and then back. Okay? Let's try to stay on the right leg the whole time. If you lose your balance, just kind of touch your toe down like I had to do. All right, let's begin. Good. Let's hit the other side. Make sure we're breathing too. Good, let's do one more. It's a great one for balance. So this one, you're going to try to make a straight line with your leg and the arm above your head. And the other leg is going to be as high up as you can. So here's how we'll do. We'll go back into the squat position here. And then as we come up, we're just coming straight up like this. So try to stretch this and find your balance in this position. Then down, other side. And extend your arm and tuck your knee as much as you can. Okay? Right? So that's the drill. Left side, right side. Don't worry about a rhythm. Worry about really getting perfectly balanced on one foot and then going to the next one. Give it a try. Good. Okay. We'll do a few drills. And the way I like to do this drill, if you can identify sort of a line to work with, like here at the academy, it's easy because we have the lines of the mat that we can sort of plant our feet on when we're working our simulated throws, right? So that's basically what you want to do. And this is the drill that we're doing with no resistance bands or a partner or anything like that. Okay. When I do this drill, and I'm going to demonstrate with Professor Todd in a moment, but when I do this drill, if I'm starting kind of standing like square, my foot's going to come across, my other foot is coming behind. And ideally, by the time my feet turn all the way, I am facing 180 degrees the opposite direction, and I'm in a squat position. So the idea is to do those together, right? Not 1, 2, squat, but to hit the squat on the turn. So I can have my hands like I've got my throws, right? Or 2-on-1, right? Or I'm pulling here, and I want to mimic the pulls, right? And what you'll notice I'm doing, and this takes a little more practice if you haven't done it this way before, I'm on the balls of my feet on the turn. I'm not flat. I'm slightly lean. My back is straight. I'm bent. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it this way so you can see a little bit better, right? Right. My heels are up. My back is straight. I'm bent at the hips. I've got all my power ready to go. So if I'm with Professor Todd, right, and we're in this position, I have to get close to him, but I've got to pull him toward me. If I step and lean, then I have not done anything to his posture. Okay. So my ability to move my partner, primarily in this case, I might do with this hand, right? My left hand. So I'm stepping, but I'm bringing him to me, and then I can throw. I'm trying to lower my hips, slightly lower than his hips, so that by the time I straighten my legs, he's off the ground. If I step in here, I didn't really get anywhere, right? I want to get in a position where I can maximize my power. And that has to do with how I load up and set my hips on my throw, okay? So find a little line that you can work with. And I'm gonna go this way just to see a little better. And to find a rhythm, if you're doing this static without a partner, is imagine trying to come back to the same position every time. Here, back, right? And your hands can change a little bit. Make sure your one hand is pulling. I'm stepping, but I'm not committing my weight forward. See that? This is where we get countered. And I feel like when you start to drill that fast, you almost fall as you land sometimes because you're committing to as though you had a partner and you're throwing, boom, right? So I can do back and forth, and then on occasion I can actually commit to the movement of the throw. Okay, so let me see this from everybody right here, right? And remember, I'm not walking in and committing my weight in that direction, okay? I'm pulling my opponent toward me. My feet are closing the gap, boom, and then I'm loading up. And by the way, this is the movement you do, whether you're doing Ponce Nagi, Morote, any type of hip throw, just a basic Haraya Goshi. I know maybe you're not all familiar with these terms, but all of these throws, I'm bringing my partner toward me to set up the throw. And many times just the grip and what I do with my legs is the only difference for the finish. Let me see you guys moving just a little bit, okay? And if you haven't done it before, you don't have to worry about speed, right? You can simply 1, 2, turn as you squat. You might fall to your heels a little bit. Try to balance back up onto your balls of your feet, right? And you're in position. And a good drill is just to be able to do a partial squat on the balls of your feet, right? Because this is where you have a lot of power for your throws. Good. Keep moving. And guys, check out a moment, Sam. I'm going to have you demonstrate, all right, buddy? Because I know you've done these probably 10,000 times. So guys, check out how Sam's moving. Yes, I put you on the spot with your tank top and everything. So show us how it's done, buddy. Good. And guys, you see how much he's kind of committing that shoulder, but he's never falling toward the camera. He steps toward it, but he's never dropping the heels, right? So he always maintains that integrity and strength in that position. Good. All right, everybody, keep going. Oh, let me keep this for a second. Good. Everybody keep moving. Good. Remember, you don't have to go as fast as everyone else. Okay? Just find your rhythm. Good. So Cesar, just 1 foot, buddy. Watch right here. You know, you're doing it right. You just kind of got the feet backwards the second time. So watch. Better to practice just leading with the same foot each time. And then reset. So if I'm starting right here, my right foot comes in, left comes in, turn, and then rewind that. It's like you're like a screw that's like going one direction then the other. So you turn and then back, turn and then back. Good. Okay, now keep your hands like not like you're under arrest or anything. Like you've got grips on the person right here in front. Good. And then check it out. Step the foot a little bit across. You like the right hand, right? You right-handed? Thumbs up. Okay, your right foot is going to step across. Yes. Left foot behind. Yeah, like a short little step. Like don't turn yet. Just you're still kind of twisted. Like this is how you want to be, right? And then turn, and then you're in position. And then rewind. And back. Good. Keep working, team. Even Philip, even if he's tired from pressure washing all day.
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Keep drilling, guys. Go ahead.
Where are you targeting that, you know, in Coach Todd's perspective, where would he be landing? Like on the blade of your shoulder, on the top of your shoulder? Where are you trying to?
Yeah. I'm going to show a couple in just a second, a couple of like variations of like how I can do, like what throws I can do, right? The main thing though, the entry, I can hook under his arm. I can hook over his head. I can be grabbing his belt. I can be hooking like his lapel. A lot of these still, I have my different throw. And then I have my Seonagi. I have my Morote. I have a lot of variations on the finish, but many of them are just that automatic turning, right? Good. Okay, time. Excellent. So if I am working this throw, and the video I'm going to show, you'll see this a little bit. I want to make sure, like I have a lot of grips that I can work. I'm right-handed. I mostly play here. Sometimes though, I like my left hand on the collar. If I ever do this, I'm looking for like probably one of two throws. I either want the Seonagi with a modified grip, or I'm looking for that Kouchi guard, where I'm basically faking and I know he's going to give me resistance and I come in there. Either way, I'm doing the same thing, right? Then like 90% of this move is my step. If I go for, like if he's got his posture a little bit, lower, right? I might grip over the top and I might step in. Same thing. I'm just closing the gap here. I might bring in my leg, like a harai, and finish my throw here. So I have variations of my grip. Same side, cross collar, over the top, over the back of the head, sometimes under the belt, right? Same thing. I still got to close the gap and pull my partner toward me. So getting my legs in without committing my weight forward while working on what they call kazushi and judo, right? my pull, right? Pulling my partner off their posture and balance is where I have my openings. So you'll see high-level judo players drilling this, like walking up and down the mat without a partner, doing this over and over because they're visualizing the throw. They've done the sparring millions of times, but what's automatic about their game is those steps. They never think about those steps. That pull is automatic. They never go for it without the pull unless they're trying to trick you. So when you're drilling, you want to do this as many reps as you can and try to sharpen the technique. You don't want to drill it incorrectly. So don't just try to do 1,000 core ones. Slow down and ask yourself, am I pulling? Am I turning all the way? Am I loading up on the balls of my feet? Am I making sure that I've got their weight coming in the direction that I want, right? And then it just becomes automatic when you start to spar. So I'm going to take the camera over to the station real quick because I know a lot of you have, okay, and then through here, and I'll just have you hold it, I guess. I know a lot of you have bands at home where you can get some, right? Here. So I'll just kind of show like a couple of things we can do. Some of these bands are a little bit heavy, so I hope I can kind of pull them. All right, so you guys see me okay? The lighting's not great here, but essentially my bands can kind of, these are different size bands, but my bands can kind of serve as my resistance. In a real match, they're going to be resisting, right? You don't step in with no resistance at all. We're doing the pull. So if I have a band, these are pretty cheap, you can get them, but I can essentially, let's come, could you come right over here so you can see it this angle? Yeah. There we go, right? So now, if my weight is forward, I'm going to fall forward, right? So here, I can step, and my hands have to be, boom. Now I've got to have my weight leaning a little bit as my feet step into position. Then I can come back. And I feel really like way more awkward there, right? I feel like when I do this, if I'm not all on point, I fall toward the band. So I have to slow it down. Here, turn, back. Here, turn, back, right? I can do with just one band if I have it. This band, like Philip, you're asking, where am I gripping on Coach Todd? Like if I imagine this is his arm, back, 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 right? So with the band station, and I don't have like a million of these, there's a lot of content online with like some high-level judo players. In fact, the guy I'm going to show you today for the watch party part released some, so maybe I'll pull up that and we can look at some of those too. But one band that you just tie off to a point gives you the pulling resistance of an opponent that's going to mimic that that type of movement that you're going to face in a real match, right? The other person is also pulling. They're countering. If you step in without enough pull, you're going to be subject to them pulling you back. So the bands are an excellent way to get in a lot of repetitions when you don't have a partner available, which by the way, even in class, even if we had a full judo only program, there's too much technique that you're going to have to deal with to get in all the reps that you could do. So this is valuable for you guys to do, like right off the, you know, like every night when you get home, you can just hit these over and over again. Sam, do you ever work with those, do you have like a band set up at home that you like to work with? You're muted right now.
I just moved into a new place like a month ago, so I have my band set up now. But in my garage, I have a very similar band set up to you that you have, and kind of a similar concept. Every night after practice, come home, you know, get out of the car, go straight to the bands, and do like 3 sets of 25, 3 sets of 50, whatever. Harai Goshi, knock it out. Do the same thing for 2 weeks, switch a move. But there's a bunch of different variations of moves you can do with just those 2 bands. You can pretty much do every single throw if you wanted to.
Do you have those in your garage set up to practice now, or you don't have it set up yet?
I don't have it set up yet.
Okay. Because I was going to give you some homework to set it up and film a video that I can send to everybody. So now you have some homework to do.
Cool.
All right. Well, yeah, guys. So if you have the band, if not, you can find them online. They're, like I said, they're very inexpensive, and you don't need a lot of you don't need like a big system like we have to set it up. You just need something like anchored there. Although I was watching one of those like quarantine exercise videos. I don't know if you guys have seen them, where everybody like is lifting weights and breaking everything in their house and like the homemade stuff. So make sure you anchor it the right way. But yeah, the bands are they're really good. I'm gonna get to the video now, and let me pre-frame this a little bit. So this guy we're gonna watch, his name is Travis Stevens. He's an Olympic silver medalist, and he's kind of distinctly known also for getting his jiu-jitsu black belt faster than anyone in history. I think it was like 2 years and 3 months. It's kind of it's not really accurate, because when you're a judo black belt, you know jiu-jitsu. Judo and jiu-jitsu are the same art. They are just a different sport. The sport judo, your primary way to win is by throwing your partner. And in jiu-jitsu, you have to win with a submission or points. So the sports evolve differently, but Brazilian jiu-jitsu essentially comes from judo. And this guy's very good at both. So although he wins a lot of his matches with throws, he's way more dangerous if they go to the ground. In judo, you have very little time to work on the ground, so you've got to make it work. But let's check out this video here. Wait a minute. Here we go. All right. Everybody see this okay? I can't see you. I'm just going to assume that's a yes. Oh, I have to share screen. That's right. Share screen. Share. Okay, now you guys can see it, yeah? All right, cool. Let me put this in like theater mode. All right. And let's check it out. Pretty short video, but try to pay attention to some of the similarities if you haven't watched much judo before. So I believe this was at the Olympics or Olympic trials. He had an injury, and it was a tied match, and he ended up winning, which I guess gave him the nod to go into the final round. And that's a win. You throw the opponent on their back, it's automatic win. So that's why they'll often roll themselves through. And there's the throw we were drilling right there. He didn't quite hit him on his shoulders, so now he's got to advance on the ground. And like I said, in judo, you have very little time to work on the ground. Overhead sweep. Right to the armbar. And here's looking at high guard. All the setups are the same drill we were working. Even though it's like lightning fast, it's that same pull, the same feet working. Just modifications on the different variations. That was more of a drop throw. There you kind of let gravity do it for him. Pay attention to transition. Sometimes when the throw doesn't work, guard is exposed. Ooh, one of my favorites. You don't see those ever in judo. You'll notice he's all like the guys will give up their back because in judo, if you pin them for 25 seconds, you actually win the match too. That's kind of like a wrestling rule set with pins. There's a bow and arrow choke, which happens a lot when guys go for like a weak Sayanagi throw and they don't get the guy turned over. Check it out. See right there? Didn't get it. The hand was already on the collar from the beginning. So you just stepped over. And that's about as tight of a bow and arrow choke as you could get. He's not happy. Cool. All right. So okay, guys, so we're gonna we have plenty of time for questions, and we'll do a little more sweating before you guys are done. But I'd like to hear some feedback. What are some things you guys noticed that were similar to maybe how you train, maybe things that looked way different, and what are some takeaways from the match? Which, by the way, I know that's a short highlight clip, but I highly recommend that as jiu-jitsu athletes that you invest time studying non-jiu-jitsu specific grappling matches, like wrestling, judo, even Russian sambo, the different styles of wrestling that they have. And what you'll find is you'll notice some similarities, like, oh, I kind of do a move like that, but I'm trying to go for something else. Like I said, the art form is the same. The sport has gone in a different direction. The rules are different, but the art of what grappling positions, techniques, and types of leverage work are the same. So any takeaways from this, guys? Nobody? I'll show, I want to show one thing right here that I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's pretty cool detail. When I'm here, right? When I'm in position, like let's just say like regular grips, right? Based on my partner's stance, right? Their feet are either a little wider or a little closer together, and typically feet that are closer together allow more options for attacks to the outside, right? Like a sort of guard or the side. And sometimes what Stevens was doing is he'd really look to kind of chop this foot out, right? Like he would really kick the leg out just to widen the stance. You know, he's just coming in, chopping, because, and just to kind of set up this position, and then he'd play it, and then he's just lightning fast. He would come in and set that throw up. We're doing the drills over and over again, just like we do jujitsu drills, so that when there's an opportunity for a throw, that is a window that's only open for a split second, we don't have to think too much about how we're going to do the throw. Our body just kind of moves automatically. So do those drills as many reps you can. And the best way to do it is kind of like what Sam said, is just knock out X number of reps every day. It can be in the morning, it can just become part of your routine. And it's one of the best ways to grow faster, even if you're back to regular training, regular sparring, is just to get in movement repetition every day, either when you wake up or before you go to sleep in the evening time. All right, guys. So let's take a few questions here for anything else that you guys would like to look at, and then we will get back to a little bit of drill training. Who would like to look at either a question related to what we were drilling, working, or just anything else? No questions? Everyone's good? All right, everybody knows judo and jiu-jitsu already. That's wonderful. Good. Okay, well, then I'm going to show one of the techniques from the match. And CJ, you're like 25 feet away, by the way, sitting on the couch. It's all right. All right, so check it out. So, right here, when I have this collar, right, one of the reasons we want to, I'm going to change this real quick. One of the reasons why higher posture with the gi is more important is to avoid these throws. The big judo style throws happen more with the gi. No gi, wrestling, we tend to protect the legs a little bit more. Once I'm tied up, I can protect my legs right here. And the Todd goes for that Sanagi throw, but he kind of drops to his knees. This is what happened, right? He comes in, but I catch my base. He basically wound his own neck into the choke right here. He dropped, but he didn't pull me enough. And then it's just a matter of stepping over, controlling behind the leg right here, rolling. And I'm right in the choke. All right? So that's one of the reasons I like watching a lot of judo matches, because when the submissions happen, they're often very unpredictable because the matches are so fast. The person goes for the throw, and then you have very little time to work. So a lot of times there's a lot of jiu-jitsu to be learned from judo because those guys do not have the luxury of playing a methodical ground game. They've got a quick couple of seconds to lock on a submission before the referee pulls them back up. So that's why you'll see those arm bars and those chokes are like lightning fast. And although those guys don't have a very, intricate, crazy guard game, they have very, very solid fundamentals on the ground. The other note, they can win their matches with a pin, which means that they pass the guard and they hold you for 25 seconds, they win. And often when they pass the guard, if you don't turn quickly enough, they're going to pin you for the whole 25 seconds. It seems like 25 seconds, that's a lot of time you should be able to get away. But their pins are so developed and so good that it's very difficult to move. And I've known a lot of high-level jiu-jitsu players that cannot escape the pins of judo players. They can't get back to guard. They're better at jiu-jitsu all around, but they can't get back to the guard once they're there, because their game is not about, transitioning from side mount to kizugatami to knee on belly. It's just about nailing you to the floor so there's nothing you can do, and it's exhausting. So again, those are really great takeaways from the sport of judo that you can add to the sport that we all do, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? So let's do this. Unless there are any questions, I know Nariam always has one. Then we will go into some more drilling.
I think I'm gonna try that. From side control, we're always thinking about what our next step is to advance, but if you just totally neutralize somebody, I mean, that's a heck of a dominant position, not only for grappling, but for MMA or even self-defense, if you have that ability to pin somebody. So I was cool. Like, I didn't realize that there was pins involved in judo.
Yeah.
Longer seconds that they have to keep them down, but I think that's a pretty cool aspect. As you're saying, it's all the same art, but just different rule sets. And so learning just so much just from different facets of the art of grappling. So
yeah, and I think I'll say this, guys. There's almost nothing more frustrating than being stuck in a position unable to move. So this is sort of a secret. If you're like the lower rank and you happen to get the higher rank into a winning position, keep them there as long as you can. Don't rush, because if you give them space, they're going to escape. If you keep them pinned, they're more likely to tire, frustrate, and then get out. Sam, did you have something you wanted to add or question?
Yeah, I had a question. In as far as like the rule set of jiu-jitsu, is there anything against like pickups, like you shoot in on somebody, whether it's high crotch double or whatever, and you pick them up to kind of like high school wrestling, you have to bring them to the ground with control?
Yeah, I think it's just about exactly the same. You can't slam them or spike them. You can blast double them forward, right? You can kind of scoop them up and drop them on their side a little bit, but you cannot intentionally elevate and come down on top in a dangerous manner. Yeah. So you can have a very strong, aggressive takedown, but you're responsible for essentially their safety for the landing. But yeah, any type of wrestling or judo takedown, you can do in a jiu-jitsu match too.
Yeah, like lifts and throws are legal, but slams are illegal.
Yeah. Unless you do Naga or like EBI, then you can murder the person. It's fine. Yeah. There are some tournaments where you can pick up, like if they have you in a triangle, you can pick them up and slam them, right? So, you got to know what you're competing in, but, yeah, pretty much. Cool. All right. Any more, guys?
Yeah. So I think I saw in the video something really interesting. I think I saw him do an armbar while he was on his hands and knees.
Yes. So many times, because you can get pinned in a judo match, the athletes will turn to like belly down, or they'll turn to, we call it turtle position, like the hands and knees, because they're avoiding getting pinned. And they know that if they survive free of danger for 30, not even 30 seconds. Sam, how long is it? Like 12 seconds? I'm not sure.
If there's no score, I think it's 25 seconds. If there's at least a Wazari, you hold them down for 20 and you win.
But I mean, like during a ground scramble, when there's nothing happening, like a guard pass situation or a turtle situation, how long before they stop you and stand?
3 to 5 seconds of consistent movement.
Yeah. Okay. So like 3 to 5 seconds, right? Okay. So back to the question, right? So a lot of times there'll be a situation where maybe Professor Todd, goes for a throw and he misses it. So he just opts to like stay kind of right here. And as he's going, as he comes up, so the position that I believe you saw was here. And I'm scooping this arm, and I'm using my knee behind the head as I extend this arm away. So now, turn this way a little bit. Now I've got the arm right here. And I can do that in about 1 second. I can start my attack. And if I start my attack, the referee will not stop it until it has resolved. Either I get a submission or he gets away, right? So I can prolong the time limit as long as I'm starting to work something. But yeah, I can definitely hit an armbar from that top turtle position. And really, and it doesn't matter like if I'm here. Professor Todd's last resort here is maybe to roll, but it doesn't matter because I just follow this way. So let's talk about that for a moment. The armbar can come from me facing my partner or my partner facing away from me. It doesn't matter because it's a lateral movement. I can hit it from either angle. So from a closed guard position, and you saw one of these on the match too, right? From a closed guard position, I have an arm bar here. But, same arm from the back mount position, here, I have right here. So because I'm hitting it from the side, whether Professor Todd's kind of facing me like this, where there's the armbar, or I had the back and I come more to the front to hit the armbar. That option is always there. And that's very important to know, because we sometimes categorize submissions based on the position we learn them from, right? We learn an armbar from the guard and we think the armbar is a guard move early on. And then maybe later, months later, we learn it from, the mount. But I always tell you all, like, part of your homework, one is to ask questions just like that, Kith. Like, that was a really good question, because you want to try to find where different attacks can be found from different positions. So, but yeah, really good question, and good observation too.
I'd have to say the most appeasing throw to me that I enjoy watching is when they do like a suicide dive with themselves too. Like they throw them, they forward roll with it. Like those are like really, really cool. And those are ones I like to watch. Never have tried that. Have you ever scored that with somebody in practice?
Well, the reason
that was an adult, not one of the kids.
Yeah, it works great on the little champ for the 4 to 6 year old kids. Well, one thing unique about, like, kind of different between judo and jiu-jitsu, and this is where you have to modify how you do the throws, is like in a judo match, if I throw you and I roll through and you end up like on top of me, I already beat you because I rolled you through, onto your shoulders. In a jiu-jitsu match, if I throw you and I roll myself and you end up on top, I might be on bottom side mount, and now I'm in a bad position in the match because I can't win that way in jiu-jitsu. So, like, some judo throws for jiu-jitsu have to be less committed. You can't roll your whole body into it, or you could end up in a bad position on the ground.
We had talked about this the last few, all those telling a good contrasting styles of grappler versus grappler was an MMA fight with Diego Sanchez versus Caro Parisian.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty confident he landed that specific throw where he committed his whole body weight to it and rolled through with it on Sanchez in the 3rd round. So if you guys ever get a chance to take a look at that matchup, both guys scored their respective grappling arts on each other in the fight. Sanchez got a lot of shots, and Parisian countered and then also scored some good trips and throws. So it's just a beautiful MMA fight that had a lot of grappling takedowns and throws.
I feel like, Carl Parisian was maybe one of the only guys that really effectively brought like a no-gi judo to MMA. It was really fun to watch. Any more questions, guys? Good question, Keta. No more? Okay, if there's no more, we're going to get to some drills and finish up class. We still have some time. We've got plenty of time to sweat. Okay, spread out. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to do an exercise for about a minute. Professor Todd's going to do one for a minute. I'm putting him on the spot. We didn't really plan it like this, but that's how it's going to be.
We could roll with the
Yeah, and we're going to hit that until 7 p.m., all right? So spread out, and let's get ready to sweat a little bit. Good. All right, so I'm going to do one similar to if you guys haven't checked out the Facebook Team Tooke leadership page, check it out. We're doing like a fitness challenge of the day. So I'm going to do one that's similar to the one that we posted today. All right, so stand up. You're balancing on one leg, just like this, okay? And we're going to do 7 repetitions per leg. Stay on the leg even after the first 7 reps, because we're not done with that leg yet. All right, here we go. Ready? Begin. Squat. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now deadlift. Touch the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Now I want you to pretend there's 3 cones in front of you. One at like 10 o'clock, one at 12, one at 2 o'clock. Opposite hand. You're going to reach down. Touch the 10 o'clock. Come back up. Touch 12 o'clock. Back up. Ooh. Touch 2 o'clock. Back up. Keep going. Each one is 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 7. Good. We finished that. Now we're going to the other side. Here we go. Squats, begin. 7. Deadlifts. Now the starting time kind of switched for me. It's 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock. The reset touch 2 o'clock, come back up. 12 o'clock, back up. 10 o'clock. Good, that's 1. 7 of those. More. All right. Professor Tooke, hey, some water.
All right, guys, down and up right here. Technical stand up. Let's go. Drop to the floor. Technical stand up. Go. Both sides. Working this for the conditioning part. Let's go. A lot of down and up and grappling. We're going to be doing this. Conditioning our bodies. Getting used to that down up position. Don't slow down.
You can call time, whatever.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time.
Okay, everybody sitting here. Full tiger routine. All right. We're gonna do 2 reps per side. If you haven't done this one before, just try your best to keep up. Okay. Over time, we'll get it. So we have one leg in front, one leg in back. Leaning the arms forward. Begin with the whip, side to side. Kick the door. Around the world. Protection walk in. There's a drill. Good. Kick them out through. Step. Last one. Good.
All right. So what you're going to do from kneeling position, I'm going to give you an alternative if you don't have enough space, but you're going to explode up to your feet and then a jump squat, bring those knees up to the chest. If that hurts your knee to do that, you're going to give me 3 jump squats, bring your knee to the chest for every 1 that we do from the floor. All right? Ready, guys? We're going to shoot for lucky number 7. From the knees. Here we go. On knee. And go. Good. Back to the knees. Ready. And go. Good. Here comes 3. Go. Good. And 4. Good. And 5. 2 more. And 6. Last one, make it strong. 7.
find your give you a modification, but if you have room, you're going to try to do this all on one side, then on the other. If you have less room, you'll do it a different way. So if your space is limited, I want you, without rocking much, just move in a circle. And then like do a full circle and then come back. If you got a little, it's not that you need more room, it's that you may need to modify if you're unable to do it this way. Okay? Same amount of room, I think. The more challenging way, you're on your side and you're going to stay on your right side only. Full circle, then back. So I'll move backwards, full circle, and then I'll come back. Okay? We're doing this for time. Stay on one side until I call time. Get ready and begin. All right, other side. Here we go. So remember, arms, knees off the ground. I'm not pushing with my elbow. I'm bouncing this way and moving. Begin. 'And time. Okay, guys, let's do one more, Professor Todd.
Okay, 1 more minute, guys. Just follow my lead. We're gonna do some different ground drills, starting off with triangles. Go. Do 1 minute's worth of work of ground drills. Five seconds before we switch. We're gonna do bridges over the shoulders. And go, bridges over the shoulders. Let's go. 5 seconds to go, shrimping in place. And go, shrimp in place. Very good. Make circles with your toes. Circles towards the outside. Circles towards the inside. Back to outside. One more thing, guys. 10 hip bumps. Let's go. Finish off. Time. Very good, team.
All right. Excellent class. We're going to end this one so we can start the Muay Thai. Guys, everyone has homework, all right? Drill before tomorrow, at least 100 reps of the standing in place, just to fit to the throat, right? I'm just stepping, turn, and back. 100. If you can do those quickly, you can knock out 100 in about 1 minute. But I don't recommend that if it's new to you. Take your time, take a few minutes, 100 repetitions. Got it? Thumbs up if you understand. Okay, team.
Todd, can you post that video that you were talking about?
Oh, the UFC
Oh,
Caro.
that video?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If I find it on YouTube, I will. I
Okay.
think I have to have UFC Fight Pass to see that fight, but we'll at least put the names of the people for you to find, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right.
We'll try to find a bootleg copy somewhere on YouTube and post it for you guys. All right, team. Great work. Right here. Ready, stance. Attention. Bow. Thank you, guys. Good work. All right, Muay Thai students, if you are on, I'm going to end this class. Just jump on here in a moment. Bye, guys.